What's going on YouTube? Hometown Fitteds coming through, making another video, man. Pitchers and catchers reported to camp today, which is huge. Forget the groundhog, man. This tells you that spring's right around the corner for sure. And of course, summer's right there. I can't wait. I love the summer. I love the winter for snowmobiling. But I gotta tell you, man, summertime, you be outside, and we got a TV outside in the garage. We just sit there, we watch the games. Even after work, we'll sit there and watch the game, have a couple of drinks, and just relax, man. That's what I love about summer, is just being outside, get the barbecue going, get people over, have a good time, just hanging around. I love summer for that reason alone. And man, baseball, just to be involved in that is unreal. Do have big news in the MLB world, of course. My boy Derek Jeter. Of course, Jeter. And yes, it is still in the plastic that it came in. I've never wore this jersey. This is a retirement jersey. Jeter is expecting his first child, and of course Jeter got married, and yes, he is expecting his first child, which is huge. So congratulations to Derek Jeter and his entire family, man. That's huge news. He'll never watch this video, so, but whatever, I'll send that congratulations out there. Anyway, but Jeter's my boy, man. I love Jeter, and yeah, that's huge news on his part. I mean, he was one of the most eligible bachelors out there through his whole career, and settling down and now having a child is huge. But yeah, off that topic, man, baseball, the pitchers and catchers are there, man. It's starting to fire up. Stroman showed up, of course. They were showing him, and man, he's looking jacked. He's looking ripped, and he's looking in great shape. And of course, the World Baseball Classic coming up, and he'll be pitching for Team USA. Freddie Freeman from the Atlanta Braves, stand-up guy, man, an amazing first baseman. His mother was Canadian, so that makes him part Canadian. He's going to be playing for Team Canada, which is huge. He wants to do that in honor of his late mother, which is a definite stand-up thing for him to do, man. So shout out to him, man. And it's going to be great, man. This baseball season is going to be unreal. I was hearing a report today on the Fan 590. They were talking about how, like, Donaldson and Estrada and Happ could be huge trade bait this season if things don't go right. And I hate hearing reports like that, because, like, what are you trading away for? I mean, what, we're going to fill up our farm system and rebuild again? That's stupid. But I guess that's the way that the organizations go. I mean, we stay on top for a little bit, and then we just start rebuilding again. And I get it that the value of players starts dropping off, and it is maybe sometimes the best move to get rid of them when they are superstars at the top of their game, and try to get some high-end prospects, or maybe even a prospect along with someone that's ready to go at this point. Obviously, there's always, every team has those players that you don't want them to get rid of, but they do. And the same goes for, like, jerseys, man. If you're a jersey collector, and like I've got a bunch of jerseys in there that the players don't even play for the teams anymore, and everyone gets up in arms about that. If you buy a jersey and it's got a name on it, well, they're not guaranteed to stay there. And to me, I don't really care about that, because it kind of makes it more of a throwback, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you got, like, say for example, my Jose Bautista, who doesn't even play for the Pirates anymore, but I got a Pirates jersey with Jose Bautista on it. Just because it's cool, man. People forget that they played for that team, and then when people see them walking around, if they're actual jersey heads or really into baseball or any sport out there, and they see that player on that jersey, they're like, oh, that's right, he did play for that team. And that's kind of cool that you've got that. Or even if the player changed their number and you have their old number, I think that's pretty cool too myself. I would love to get a player with a different number, like Jose Bautista. I think his number was 23, if I'm not mistaken. I think he wore the number 23 in his first years with the Blue Jays. And then he changed to number 19 because, well, he's always worn number 19, and 19 is, he was born on the 19th. I forget what month his birthday is, whatever, but that's his birthday is the 19th. So that's cool, man. So I'm not worried about players being traded and stuff like that because of my jerseys, or if I pick up a jersey and, like, say like Ryan Goins, say they trade Goins away, which I hope they don't, but if they do, it's whatever. I got a Goins jersey. I don't really care. Goins was sick for us when he was here. Maybe his bat wasn't as strong, but his defense is unreal. But don't worry about that type of stuff, man. Get the player that you want on the back of the jersey, and don't worry about them being traded, because even if they do, they're still a great player, whether they're playing for your team or another team. It really doesn't matter. Like, Roy Halladay was my favorite player, got traded to the Philadelphia Phillies. I got his Phillies jersey, now I got the Jays jersey, whatever, you know what I'm saying? It's almost like you can follow them and get all their jerseys that they've had, which I really want for Bautista. I'd love to get an Orioles and a Tampa Bay Rays one. of Batista just to have his whole career in my collection. That'd be crazy. And also, I want a Josh Donaldson Oakland A's jersey, but you never see those. You never see them popping up, and if they do, it's just the T-shirt version, or it might be just the semi-pro, which isn't a big deal. I mean, if you can't get the pro jerseys, at least get the semi-pro. Don't go for the fake ones. But you know what I'm saying? That type of thing doesn't bother me. I'm kind of just rambling on about this right now. But anyway, yeah, like I said, big talks, those, I hate trade talk, man, especially at this early in the season. I hate trade talk. And yeah, Donaldson is a massive trade piece. I can see that. He's an MVP of the AL, and he's just massive home runs, and his defense is unreal. And it's Josh Donaldson, man. He's like an athlete of athletes. But I don't want to hear him being in trade talks, not at this point. You know what I'm saying? We can still build up. And everyone's saying because Edwin's gone that the Blue Jays are going to be weaker, and possibly we are, but who cares, man? That's one piece. That's one piece, and one piece can make a difference. I'm not going to lie, it can. But I think we'll do just fine without him. I don't see any other difference. I mean, he didn't get on base all the time. He didn't hit a home run all the time. So it's whatever, you know what I'm saying? If Morales comes through and he's a switch-handed hitter, I mean, he might even be big this year. He might not get the home run numbers, but he might get the on-base percentage. He might drive in a run or two, you know, more than what maybe Edwin did. And then everyone's going to be like, oh, maybe this big change wasn't a big difference. And maybe in Cleveland, maybe Edwin doesn't pan out, you know what I'm saying? Like, because he's getting older in his career and stuff like that. I mean, he may not pan out. For you Cleveland fans out there, I hope he does. I mean, Edwin is a sick baseball player. Don't put him at third base, though. But man, I don't know. I don't like trade talk this early, and obviously that's what it's going to be building up to spring training and into the beginning of the season is always that trade talk. But I mean, the trades always kind of happen early into spring training if they're going to, and then they kind of hold off until near trade deadline, or maybe even to the end of May or the start of June or whatever. You might see a little trades or whatever, but I'm not a big fan of trade talk at this point. It just bothers me. I hate hearing that stuff. Because it's meaningless at this point. It's just reporters talking about stuff just to get people to listen in and start talking about it. I'm more about talking about like, what's your starting lineup like? What's your defense like? What's your offense like? Like, how do they all stack up? What's your starting lineup going to look like coming to bat? Who's your leadoff? Who's your cleanup? You know what I'm saying? Who's batting ninth? Where's your speed? Where's your speed in that lineup? And for your pitching staff, who's your ace? You know, who's the guy that's going to come in and stop the bleeding if your team is hurting? If they're like on a 4-game skid, who's that pitcher that's going to step up and stop that? Who's that pitcher on your team? What's your bullpen like? Who's going to come out if you've got like bases loaded, 2 out, or you've got bases loaded and 1 out? You know what I'm saying? Who's that guy that's going to come out of the bullpen? And I think the Blue Jays may have really solidified themselves in their bullpen in this offseason. They did some great moves in that. But let's see how they pan out. I mean, bullpen guys they're tough. You know, they might have one great season, and then like Steve Delabar, you know what I'm saying? He had like one great season, became an all-star, and then the next season he couldn't even hit the strike zone. So that's the problem with bullpen guys. I mean, you can have the best bullpen one year, and then the next year it just falls apart. And it always works, and vice versa. You know what I'm saying? It's either your starting pitching rotation is unreal, and then your bullpen sucks, or your bullpen's amazing and your rotation sucks. You know what I'm saying? And I hate that. And then when the teams get on a roll, it's like everything's firing all on one piston, everything's going, and then your bats fall asleep, but your pitching's doing good, and then your bats heat up and your pitching starts doing bad. That's baseball. That's what I really love about baseball, man. And it's just all up in the air, and you can destroy a team 12-0 and then go out and lose like 6-0 the next night. You know what I'm saying? It's just the way it goes. And it's literally, it all comes. It's like I said before. It's like a chess game, man. It's all about that. It's all about lefty versus righty versus lefty, or righty versus righty, lefty. You know what I'm saying? And it's all about that. And that's how you try to set up a batting rotation, is based on that. If you could go, that the ideal thing is to go right left, you know, all the way through, or even have like the Jays back in 2013, I think it was. We had a bunch of switch-handed hitters like Melky Cabrera. Cabrera was sick, man. And that really helps because then you can switch it up, and some batters are better on the other side than they are the other. I mean, they always have their strengths. But either way, I'm rambling. I'm just completely rambling. But anyway, yeah. Baseball season right around the corner. Super jacked about it. I like the moves that Atlanta Braves are doing, man. They're looking pretty good with their moves. Obviously, they're in a rebuild, and they may not really make a huge difference in their division or anything like that. But I feel like a change is coming to Atlanta, and my team to watch for is Atlanta. Maybe not this season, but maybe the next season. And let's see if they make some moves during the season to maybe to pick things up and get that team really going. Brendan Phillips, of course, they just signed him or traded for him. Sorry, and basically traded nothing for him. And obviously, Brendan Phillips is at the end of his career. Basically, I mean, he's not as good as he used to be, but it's still Brendan Phillips. He's going to get on base. He's still going to be defensively strong. Let's hope he can stay healthy for Atlanta's sake. And of course, you guys got R.A. Dickey. Good luck with that one. Dickey's nothing more than a home run guy. But maybe because he's back in the NL again, maybe that brings him back, and maybe he makes another bid for that Cy Young. I doubt it, but you never know. You just never know. And that's what I love about baseball. You just never know. Hometown Fit It, Fitter, Snap, Snapper, Fit It, keep 'em clean, keep 'em crisp. Shout out to my boy Derek Jeter. Shout out to D Bolton 915. Happy birthday. Today is the February 14th. And man, shout out to all the Jersey heads, all my subscribers. Throwback King Man, shout out to you. You sent me a shout out. And of course, Borsha. Shout out to you as well, man. All the Jersey heads. I would love to see our community on YouTube really pick up again, but you know, everyone's got things going on. It's always it's never going to be like it used to be, but still, we all made friends out of it, and that's the best part. So keep subscribing, keep watching, hit that like button, comment, man. I love when all you guys comment. And I love commenting back to you. I think that is, if you guys have the time to comment to me, I should make the time to comment back to you. And I always do my best at doing that. And I don't get all the notifications, and I'm sorry for that. But for the ones I do, I always tend to comment back to. And man, there is a jersey in the mail. It's in Chicago right now, and it's on its way. And I can't wait for you guys to see it. It is super rare, and it took me forever to find it. It's not a white whale because I've never even found it or even had a chance to get one. So it is coming, and I can't wait for you guys to see it. And it's crazy, man. So shout out to everybody out there that's watching this video. Shout out to everybody that likes this video. Shout out to everybody that comments on this video. Shout out to everybody that hates this video. Shout out to everybody that just comes across this video. It's just a little picture and still skims past it. Shout out to you guys. And shout out to my longtime subscribers and the new ones that are just coming on. You guys are the best. Peace.